One of the things that's been really important for us with this is to try and keep it like real, in the sense of not overthinking things too much and it coming from a real place. It kind of gets to a point where you're like, it's better that it isn't totally perfect in every way and it has a little bit of roughness.
We weren't gonna get caught up in the over-analytical side of things. I'd say it's been a lot more fun this time around, but definitely I think we can just do things for the love of it again, like it was in the beginning.
It's really cool because there'll be a point where it's like, you know, one of us will be like, oh Dan, you know, play some strings, or like Darren can do some percussion, or like Mick, like do a sample, do you know what I mean, or whatever. So we kind of like, I think, accepted through being able to kind of get our musical ideas out on our separate projects, that we have sort of different areas that we're good at, and we embrace it a lot more than we used to before. I think like Ice Station Zero is like a universe that's been inspired by a few things that we've seen and talked about over the years, and we always like to, you know, to kind of imagine ourselves somewhere when we're making an album, for it to have some kind of like context to it.
It's almost like us unfolding again, because that's the first time we've done it for years. So that first drop was kept in there as a kind of timeline. That's what happened in that moment, and then we got to the breakdown, and then it went into the next bit. A lot of people are like, oh, look at what they're trying to do now with this disco vocal, but it's completely what we were doing before. It's just I don't think everyone heard those tracks or something. They think all of the tracks should sound just like the Nine.
A guy called Ken Askew, who is my father-in-law, had a very wild past. So he was like a guitarist and a singer in a band in the 70s, and he was going around Asia, and he was like a nomad, basically. Putting him in the studio for the first time in years, at one point I remember saying to him, we're going to call this Nomad, and he knew that it was about him.
And he felt the vibe.
I just didn't want to know.
Again, that's something that we used to do. Like if you look at like Digital Nation, it was a direction that we were heading in as a group. So it's kind of realising where we didn't quite realise it with Digital Nation.
It's such a weird thing, Bad Company and Fat Man Scoot, what the fuck? But we just thought it's a really cool chance to show people how you can fuck with their expectations, you know what I mean? He'd been calling me saying, let's get in the studio, man, you know, in that voice that he's got. I don't even know if I told you guys that he was going to come.
No, I think you kept that quiet because you knew what the response would have been.
So I just said to him, like, just imagine that you're in the middle of the jungle, and close your eyes and like imagine that you're in the middle of this jungle, and now you can hear this happening, and da-da-da-da. And we started kind of creating a scene for him, and then all of a sudden he just started going, like that, and this chant, and then these guys went in there with him, so everyone was chanting. It was fucking
yeah, it was funny. He got us all going, and he's a big, powerful force in the room.
I'm a big bad villain, can you handle it? When it's early in the morning and the vibes are lit.
I wrote most of the songs, so like there's like a recording of me singing, I'm a big bad man, can you handle it? Like that, and I had to send it to Spider, but that's kind of what we did with More Fire as well, you know. At the time, More Fire was the first kind of, for a while at least, the first mix of that hard tech step sort of sound and a ragga vocal with a bit of a jump up edge, and it kind of almost got made by mistake really, but yeah, it kind of goes off. Because Beast Mode and Ruckus are like, it feels like you kind of go to like, you know, island world, like Jamaica for a minute, and then it's like intermission. Okay, we've changed scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like scenes in a movie. That's exactly it.
Do your thing.
Ice Station Zero.
What do you know about Ice Station?
What do you know about Ice Station Zero?
And Matt Zoe and Ewan are like working together on this project called The Zoe. It was really important to those guys that it wasn't just your straightforward track, because they're like Bad Company fans. They were totally on the same page as us.
I think the thing definitely reflects back to original Bad Company sound.
Got some of the old bits back out.
Without even talking about it, we all kind of knew that, you know, the most vibes that we had was from using like analog gear, and just it's like a hands-on vibe thing. We knew most of the way through that was going to be at the end, and at that point it hadn't been released, so it was. In fact, I remember thinking, I wasn't sure about whether we should release it because it was nice. I think like we're just hoping that people will like, you know, forget almost when they listen to the album, that they'll just listen to it as an album, forget the fact that they might have heard a couple of tracks off it already.
I still, as a punter, consume albums that way, even though now everything's kind of, like I say, singles and this, that, and dropping. I think it's important that you do, you know, if you believe in something, you believe in the music and you believe in the track, then you should keep, you know, here it is. Look, here it is how we actually intended it.
Set it.